Hi everyone, thanks for watching. Today I wanted to just show you a little bit about the Nama J2 juicer. I have another video just on my daily celery juicing routine, which is just celery, and how the Nama works for that. But recently I've also been just doing all sorts of juice because I haven't had enough celery really to make enough. And because I work almost full time and I don't have a lot of time in the morning, sometimes I will juice for like 3 days at a time and save it in the refrigerator. And I'll use my canning jars just to keep it nice and fresh. So I'll use like 3 of these and try to keep it fresh, or these thingies. So today we're just going to do a video on how I put together the Nama and how I juice with just a variety of vegetables and apple. So this is the collection chamber and this is the pulp chamber. This is the collection bin that you can fill with your vegetables and fruit. So the way that it works is you have to put it all together before you even put it on the machine. The first thing is this collector, and then there's the strainer, and the, I don't know what this is, but that fits into here like that. It just snaps in. This is the auger, and sorry about that. I use this almost every day, and I needed to clean it a little better. This is the auger. It slides right into here, and it should be really pretty simple and easy, and it should go in really quickly like that. I actually had to replace this. I got this for Mother's Day back last May, and my old one would not fit in here. I would have to like shimmy it and do all this kind of stuff until it went in. So then they sent me a replacement, and this one is perfect now. So then this lines up. There's a bigger little section clip here, and this is a smaller one. And if you look here, it lines up with the inside here. This is a bigger section, this is a smaller. So I'm gonna go in like this, and I'm gonna put it in until it's snug. So that's that, it fits in there. And then there's these little hooks back here, you can see. And this container, that's where this will go. So you kind of just like put it to the left of those little hooks, and then you snap it into place. So it goes like that into place. All right, that's how you put it together. And then it fits in. There's only one way to fit it in because of the shape. So then it snaps in. If anything is wrong in this part, it's not put together or something is not aligned, it will not turn on. So that way you know if it doesn't turn on, that means something is awry in here and you have to take it out and figure out what. So this is my collection, and this is where my pulp is going to come out. And I just leave this open to let all the juice out. And so we're just going to start. I am going to just load it first, I just kind of alternate. I have some celery that I've already washed and some English cucumber, all organic. The celery this time is from Whole Foods. I love Whole Foods celery. It is the best tasting celery I've ever had. But they charge, it went up since COVID, so now they charge $2.99 for a whole bunch, whereas they used to charge $1.99, I think, yeah. So I now go to Costco and get the whole bag for about $6. So I'm loading it up with, I'm just alternating. It all is going to just get in there and do its thing. So I have celery, I have cucumbers, I have beets, raw beets that I'm going to put in there. And just going to shove it all in there. And so as it's going down, I'm going to turn it on. As it's going down, I'm just going to keep adding more. So the great thing about this collection chamber is that I can leave and do other things instead of constantly coming to feed it. So right now, if I was pressed for time, I would be, I could get my bottles ready to put my juice away. So I'm gonna just fill this up a little bit more so I can start to do that. I didn't cut these quite small enough, so. I'm just gonna cut these a little bit more, put it all in. So the other reason why I prep my bottles is that sometimes, or every time, I'm gonna rerun my pulp in. And when I do that, I like to at first put the first batch into my bottles and then the pulp last. So as you can see, I've got almost all. This is one bunch of celery from Whole Foods for $2.99, organic. I try to get the biggest, heaviest celery. I've washed it. So while that's going through, and then the other thing I love about this, as opposed to the Omega, is I can shut this off and it'll collect in there, so I can get rid of some of this and pour it in. Okay. And actually, I need my juice for today, so I'm just going to get my own cup and get that ready. So I haven't drank my juice today, so I'm just going to get that ready too. Okay, so I'm going to have 3. I'm going to turn this off again to get the rest of this. I'm just going to divvy it up. So divvy it up like that, get some more. And then now I'm going to take this pulp and I'm just going to run it right back through. It's quite a bit of pulp, but you saw how much I had this whole container filled. So I kind of just reach under here and grab the beets. It's such a waste because the beets, it's all good to eat. There's no there's fiber, but it's not a whole lot. So usually I hate to waste. So what I will do is take all this pulp that is going to be collected back into here and in this collection chamber, and I'm going to use it in my smoothie, my daily smoothie. So what I usually do with that is I'll freeze it and use it. If I can't use it today for my daily smoothie, I'll freeze it and use it for another day. Sometimes the pulp gets a little bit stuck in here, and if it does, that's okay. I just leave it alone, and I'll just take it out from here, freeze it, and use it for my smoothie. See, like right there, it's getting kind of stuck. So the other thing you could do is troubleshoot. Sometimes I'll do that, reverse it, just to get it going the other way, and then see if it comes out, and it's not. There it comes. See how much more pulp came out? I mean, some more juice. And I would have just dumped all that pulp, but look at all this juice from just my pulp. can kind of feel, this one feels pretty dry, but when I first put it back in, it was like this one is kind of wet, this pulp. So again, I'll turn it off, kind of like make sure it's going in there. So there you go. I just had to stir the pulp up a little bit in there, and then it's just going to come out pretty dry now. Some people will take this pulp and squeeze it in a cheesecloth. I just don't have the energy for that, so I just run it right through. But that would be a good idea too, but then you'd have to wash the cheesecloth, and I just find like I can just run it right back in. So see how much juice I got from that? Okay, I'm gonna just turn it right back on. See that pulp? Nice and dry. It's perfect. And then look at all this juice that I still got. And the blades in here, they're blades, but they're not like super sharp where if you touch them, you're gonna cut yourself. Okay, so this is pretty dry pulp now, which I'm gonna freeze and use in my smoothies. Okay, I think that's done. So it's gonna drip, drip, drip. What I do is I take it off, I get everything that I can, drip it through. And as you can see, this is everything that came out from that pulp. This is how much came out from the pulp that was there. So that's quite a bit if I had just thrown away the pulp. So I'm gonna then again divvy it up into my glasses. So the pulp, like I said, I'm gonna freeze it, and I have an example of what I've frozen already. This is already frozen pulp that I did with just the beets. It was such a waste because beets leaves a lot of pulp. So this is frozen, and what I will do is just take it, put it on a parchment sheet of paper, and then just release it after it's frozen. And after that, I'll put it in one of my reusable, not Ziploc, but reusable Ziploc bags to be used for my, my smoothies. So there you go, that's my pulp. And I'm gonna put this in the freezer for my smoothies. And now I'm gonna take this, because I'm not making any today, I'm going to freeze this. Some people make like chips with this, I think. They bake it, make like crackers, but I'm just gonna use it in my smoothie. So that's how I do it. I'll do it like that. I'll freeze it on parchment, and then after it's frozen, I'll take it off and have it all set to go for my smoothies. Like that. Okay, so just to let you know how it looks after it's done, I can take this whole contraption out like that. And I'm gonna undo this just like you put it on. If you can see that, that's what's left in here. I could take out more of this and put it in my parchment paper that's going in the freezer. I'll show you what's left in here. So this comes out like that. This thing comes off like this, and that's how you get all the rest of this pulp. And you clean it out So it's gonna go in the sink, and I'm gonna see how there's a little bit of juice. I'm just gonna use that. So this comes out to clean out this whole section. That's very convenient. Before, you'd have to go in there with like a chopstick and like clean it out. That's not the case anymore. And then I also have a tiny brush that I use, because then when you're taking this out, see all this pulp that's stuck here? That sometimes takes some effort. But this is all the nooks and crannies that you'd have to clean, all in here. This is easy, but this is, you need a little brush to clean that. And for me, I need a brush to clean the inside of this and to take this out. So let me show you. I have a little brush that I keep on my counter. This is the brush. It helps me to clean this part, and it helps me to dig in here and get this out, as well as this piece right here. So this will all come out. So that's how I clean it in the sink, but I just wanted to show you just basically real quick how to take it out. And there you have it. That's 4 days worth of juice. I know you're supposed to juice first thing in the morning and do it daily fresh, but I really don't have the time sometimes, so that's what I do. And this will last me 4 days. So if you have any questions, please comment below. I appreciate you watching today. Sorry if it was a little quick. I'm just kind of a no-nonsense trying to get you the information quickly. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.